Why didn't big media air this? Listen, the Trump administration's first cabinet meeting just happened, but all or most mainstream media did not cover it. Are Americans truly informed or just distracted? The first full cabinet meeting under the Trump administration was open to the media, an unusual move that allowed the public a transparent look at the new government's agenda. But here's the shocking part. None of the major networks like ABC, CBS, or NBC aired it. Instead, only cable news outlets like CNN, Fox, and Newsmax took the opportunity to show it. Why is that? Good question, right? Is it a lack of interest, or is it something deeper at play going on here? Are Americans being spoon-fed selective narratives while critical government plans unfold behind the scenes? What was discussed and what you didn't see on big media directly? Watching the meeting firsthand myself, it was impossible to ignore the sense of urgency around several key issues. Number one was the immigration reform. Plans were outlined to secure borders, streamline legal immigration, and crack down on illegal crossings in a way that balances security and economic needs. Another key element was the debt reduction strategies. While the mainstream media loves to talk about America's skyrocketing debt, the cabinet actually addressed serious plans to buy down debt through tax policy, spending reform, economic regrowth. And a big key here was this new gold card. You don't know what that's all about. Why? Because main media did not cover it. And national security and international relations were discussed. So while some outlets keep fear-mongering about global conflicts, the administration laid out clear steps to strengthen alliances, secure trade deals, and stabilize foreign relations. These aren't just talking points. These are real policies in the making. But why is it that major networks didn't find it newsworthy enough to broadcast them live? Are Americans even interested? Or are they too distracted? The question we need to ask ourselves is, are Americans only engaged in what their government is doing? Or are they too caught up in manufactured outrage and political tribalism to even care? Media selectivity. If you only consume news from certain outlets, are you really getting the full picture? Or just a carefully crafted illusion? Disinterested in policy. Have Americans become so conditioned to emotional headlines that they no longer care about the policies that are shaping their future? The brainwashing effect. Are people simply following the loudest voices instead of thinking critically about what's actually happening, what's actually going on? There's a dangerous future ahead if we don't take care of this. If Americans continue to rely on biased media coverage instead of seeking out primary sources, like watching government meetings directly, we are heading for a future where the truth is replaced by controlled narratives. The real question isn't what is this administration planning? The real question is, why don't more Americans seem to care enough to find out for themselves? Love to hear what you guys think. Are we witnessing an awakening, or are people too caught up in the noise to see what's really happening? Love to hear your thoughts. Drop a note.